Cloudy skies today with a high 38. Tonight, 40% chance for showers, low 25. Sunshine, 40 tomorrow for Thursday. Scattered showers, high of 40. The outlook for Friday, mostly sunny, high 35. And for Saturday, cloudy skies with a high of 32. Overnight low was 33. Yesterday's high was 41. Trace of rainfall here at the studios yesterday. Currently, we've got humidity at 86% rather. Winds are calm. The pressure at 30.29 and holding. Cloudy skies right now at the Fairfield area. We've got 33 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. It's time for morning coffee. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Hey.
Just being smooth, Dave.
Hey now.
Hey.
Hey now.
Hey now. Well, I tell you, I sat last night, and I got to tell you, I guess I'm a big softy still. I'm getting softer
As you age.
As I age. But I sat with my phone, which now has become my TV, sat with earplugs, and I watched different versions of this state funeral. You know, from the loading of the casket in Houston to the landing in Washington to the 21-gun salute to the Capitol. And there's a couple things. And I think Ken Odie said it on Facebook, and I can't find a better way to say it, so I'll just steal his words. Our military knows how to do these things, don't they? Mm-hmm. Oh, my. There was a chill. I mean, I actually got I got emotional at a couple of times. I went to one George Bush rally in Alton, Illinois. So it's years and years and years ago, because my oldest son, in order for him to see Bush, I put him on my shoulders, in the crowd.
Right.
And he leaked down my back.
Uh-oh.
Oops. So I'll never forget that moment. The feeling of the...
And you'll never do that moment again with
No,
your
I
son.
won't.
You'll never do that with your
I
son
couldn't
again,
get him
right?
on my shoulders now.
When I think of a presidential funeral, when JFK was assassinated, his widow, Mrs. Kennedy, I think she wanted things like it was when Abraham Lincoln.
It was modeled.
So they had to go back and find what documentation they could. But it was...
the riderless horse was one feature of the Lincoln.
With the boots in backwards?
Yes.
And so there is a lot of preparation. Of course, Bush Sr., who just passed away Friday, I mean, he was failing, so it's expected. But you're right, there is precision, there is class in all that's going on right now.
I think that's the key word. He was a classy guy.
He was.
He was a classy guy, and he didn't have any, honestly, when you were born with that kind of privilege, his dad was a U.S. Senator. Mm-hmm. They had money, okay? He went to Yale, okay? Mm-hmm. But there was a humility about him that tracks and moves forward.
Had a chance to meet both him and Barbara years ago. And it was like just meeting somebody on the street. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Shaking your hand.
But I don't know. I was riveted for over an hour and a half last night watching that video, and so I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm going to be down in Mill Shoals. Looking forward to meeting some folks down there. The Rurtans are having their Christmas party, and guess who's the prime entertainment?
Foster Brooks.
I'll sound like Foster Brooks.
So who canceled?
They actually asked me a couple months ago.
Folks, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, you will, and you will enjoy.
Well, I appreciate you guys saying that.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah. Well, I heard you years ago at the Chamber annual dinner.
That was fun.
That was good.
I enjoyed doing chamber dinners. I did them here and in Alton and down in Snyder, Texas. And they're just something fun because those are people that are all in the know as to what's happening in a community. So you can find funny things to talk about that everybody knows the backstory. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's fun.
Yeah, you don't have to tell the whole story.
No.
You just have to mention it, and everybody goes, okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I think you guys will agree with me, and it'll make me nervous if you do. local radio such as we're doing right now, I think our listeners like to hear things that they can't get anywhere else. I mean, your comments about President Bush and the upcoming service. Tomorrow's the official day of mourning, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's neat to hear your perspective, and I appreciate that.
Local radio like we're doing here,
yes,
for the most part, is dead and gone. If you go in other areas.
Oh,
yes. People like to hear, what's going on. We want our listeners to know that when news never takes a holiday.
Right. No, we have news here on Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day.
What's the old saying? When you hear it, it's news. When you read it, it's history.
Yeah,
but
that's what we like to say in radio.
We try, we try to be on top of things. And folks, we can't know everything. We get criticized. I'm sure Mark Turner does. Well, how come you didn't have on such and such a score, a basketball score? Well, folks, the only way we get scores is if we are told what the score is.
Yep.
And we want coaches calling in. If you lose, you call. If you win, you call.
Well, that's the problem.
Or don't call at all.
If I get beat by 50, I'm not going to call the radio station.
No.
Well, then the only time that we report anything, you've won, and maybe that's only 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Or
just pick up the phone. There's an easy way to contact you or text you, correct?
There is.
All right.
Yeah.
So
and just
hey, by the way,
and you can email me anytime. Mark Turner at originalcompany.com.
Not getting away from the Bush thing.
No,
one more thing.
Move on.
Did you find it odd? I don't know why I thought that during the National Day of Mourning that Postal Service was suspended. Has that ever happened before?
Well, that's a good question.
I thought the National Day of Mourning for
tomorrow?
President Bush was tomorrow.
Yes, there's no
mail delivery tomorrow.
Really?
That's what I was told.
I don't think I'm
Have
recall.
you ever?
No,
I don't ever remember something like that happening.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Was mail suspended when Reagan died and Nixon died and
I get so
Gerald
little
Ford
mail.
died.
I get so little snail mail anymore. I'll tell you what I always thought was funny about things changing. On Election Day in Indiana, they couldn't serve booze. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, why? Because
I'm
you're
gonna
going to go to the
tanked up and go-
store. You're going to get tanked up to vote. I think they changed it.
I think it goes back to olden days, and I'm not talking.
Where they
I'm
would
not
buy-
talking when you guys were in high school. I'm talking in the 1800s when they'd show up at a tavern and go, "Oh, come on and vote for me. I'll buy you all you want to drink."
Remember
think you're
Missouri,
right.
remember Missouri's blue laws where you couldn't shop at a retail store on Sundays?
Yes.
Of course, that's when Fairview Heights came into its glory.
Absolutely.
Everybody from St. Louis went
across
across
the river.
that money-saving bridge.
And
Well, the stupid rules, if we're talking about that, and you just mentioned back in the days of old, daylight savings time. Come on, change it. One time, year-round, go for it. It's crazy.
you know what? I've got a problem. I'm going to see. Where's Jeff? Is Jeff Vaughn around here?
No, I don't think he is.
better be back for trivia.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because we'll need him.
we need some help
here's-
today.
here's
Guys,
what's-
you're going to like me today.
All right. Okay. So you know I've got this 20-year-old truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't see it today.
It's being worked on today. Okay.
Yeah. Do you drive? Do you drive it into work?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Normally, what I try to do is get high on a hill and roll in. But
okay.
Anyway, here's the deal. Here's the deal. There's the clock setting on the radio.
Yeah.
So I get the manual out. Okay. And that's a 20-year-old truck.
I know how to do it.
You do?
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm banking on the valedictorian of FCHS.
Okay. I had a Dodge truck.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you, I get the book out.
Yeah.
It's got 4 different radios
Right.
in the book.
And yours isn't in there?
You must have the aftermarket radio.
So right now it's 10 o'clock, in my, which is, I can't ever catch up. So it can't even be right twice a day. So you're going to do this after the show.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do it because it's being repaired.
Right.
I-
And
But
I
it will
have
eventually.
I have an appointment at 9:15.
Next time you have it out here.
Yes.
Here's
Yeah.
what we need to do.
Do the show out there?
We need to hook up some live equipment and head out there and broadcast.
I think
while
that
we're
would be
doing it.
fun. That would be fun.
I think we should.
I don't think the 3 of us could figure this out. I'm going to put you to this.
I will say that there's more than a 50% chance that I can get your
You
clock
did have
right.
a big Dodge truck or a
I
Chrysler,
had,
didn't you?
I had. I
It was
had
a big one. It was
yeah.
a
It was a cab.
yeah.
Cab model. Okay.
All right. Well, we got to do that.
We're going to get
All right.
serious after the break. I think
right.
you'll like this. Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when the Brooklyn Bridge turned 100? Moses Malone led the 76ers to a sweep of the Lakers and the NBA title. In hockey, it was the same old story.
The New York Islanders have just won their 4th consecutive Stanley Cup.
Tom Sneeva won the Indy 500. Return of the Jedi premiered.
I am Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight and friend to Captain Solo.
You should not have come back.
And any radio station worth listening to was playing hits like these.
I'm never gonna let you go. Faithfully, you're too shine, shine, hush, hush. She's a beauty. She's one in a million, girl. Don't let it end. Time is like a clock in my heart. I'm a family man, affair of the heart. My name is Rio. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I am.
So, when were all these songs coming out of your radio? The answer and a little nibble of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Save money on quality discount groceries found only at your Save-A-Lot store in Fairfield. Now through Saturday. A dozen eggs, 59 cents. 18 count, 85 cents. A gallon of milk, $1.29. Half a gallon, 85 cents. 4-pound bag of sugar, $1.29. And whole pork butts, 99 cents a pound. Prices good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store, West Main and Fairfield.
May 1983.
Irene Cara and Flashdance, What a Feeling, the top song of May 1983. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
You can watch the show on YouTube or by following the link on Facebook. Now, back to Morning Coffee on WFIW.
It kind of sounds like Flashdance.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's got that Flashdance feel.
Would you fellas agree with this statement? Schools don't prepare kids for civic life.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I would agree also.
We do have, nope, they hung up. I thought we had a phone call.
No.
But I agree.
Out in Rhode Island,
Okay.
some public school students and parents are suing Rhode Island's governor and education officials in federal court, and the basis of the suit is that the state fails to prepare young people to fully participate in civic life, which means they aren't being taught how to vote, how to exercise free speech, how to actively engage in civic life in a democratic society, and they're just not giving students the information they need to actively contribute to making changes in this country. The last sentence, I think, says it all. Rhode Island has no requirement for students to take a civics course. We had civics when I was in high school. That's what it was called, civics class. And we learned, in government class, you learn a lot of governmental history and things like that. But are we taught how to vote properly by researching information about candidates, the issues?
We covered stuff like that in poli-sci, but
where'd you have poli-sci in high school?
I took a form of American government, and I also had to pass a Constitution test. You had to do that as well, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
But I thought
it
it was required in high school. Or at least it was.
Constitution?
Well, you had to take, you had to do a U.S. government. I had to do a government class.
Yep,
I had to take a Constitution test.
Yes.
I had to take a state Constitution
Yes, I
test.
did too. I did too.
I don't know that we did in Illinois.
No, I did. I did.
And I had to take one in college, too.
Was there a government established when you were in high school, Dave?
Was there a what?
A government established? That's 1818, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I was in,
He graduated like in 1817.
no, in 68. 1968.
Okay.
But I
agree
so
with you
agree
totally.
with this. I so agree
yeah.
with this, and that's why classes or programs such as Junior Achievement are wonderful.
great program.
And not that I just don't know, and I guess I should before I open my big mouth. I don't know what's required in high school now. But I think a class to prepare you for the real world. Not everybody goes to college. Not everybody goes to trade school. Some people, right upon graduation, they get out, they hit the workforce. They need to know certain things. How do you make an intelligent decision on who to vote for? Where can you know, if a candidate stands for takes a certain position on an issue, you need to understand both sides of it before you vote.
Well, don't most high schools anymore? Now, I may be speaking out of turn here, but most high schools, aren't they preparing you for college now as opposed to doing both?
They're preparing you for a test.
Probably. I would, yes.
You know.
And to move on in the big world, the big corporate world, if you don't have a college degree, doesn't matter what the major is necessarily. And I always told my kids this. I said, I don't care what you get a college degree in, get a degree. Because when it comes down to that next promotion, if you have the degree and whatever, you could be ahead. GEDs, if you don't have a GED, you're sunk. That's my opinion.
Well, I used to use this analogy. Remember when McDonnell Douglas was a big force in St. Louis?
Oh, yeah.
Aerospace. If you applied at McDonnell Douglas, you were in a chute. You went through HR in a chute. And there's a point where the chute went right if you had a bachelor's degree. Didn't matter if it was in music.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a left turn if you didn't. Mm-hmm. And that was as graphic as I could be to say, your chances of getting a professional job with a white collar, making more money, is if you take that right arm. So there you are. You make your decision what you want to do. And I didn't get my bachelor's till I was 29. And I spent 10 years trying to explain why I didn't need one. And that was a waste of 10 years.
And I hope that students, boys and girls, when they get out of high school, I hope they consider the military. There's some wonderful opportunities there. However, if you sign on to become a member of the armed forces, there are two purposes for the armed forces. A well-known radio talk show host said this years ago. The purpose of the military is to kill people and break things. Right?
Right.
Now, there are some wonderful benefits, health benefits, educational benefits. You can learn a skill, come back, stay in 20 years, get full retirement. I do hope that young people consider the military.
My middle son did time in the Air Force.
Did time in the Air Force.
Did time in the Air Force.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, and my stepson is an officer in the Texas National Guard, and so I mean they've both benefited greatly from it. Did you see where St. Louis once again has made a list
of what?
According to Wallet Hub, it conducted another review of U.S. cities and found that St. Louis was the least safe city in the country.
I agree. It's becoming Chicago.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's awful.
The only thing that I can say is about a 7-block area around Busch Stadium, because I worked in a building right over the right field wall, the St. Louis Community College Administrative Building. I always felt safe in that 7 blocks around Busch Stadium. I wouldn't feel safe in any other part of the city.
We don't go to St. Louis hardly. I've mentioned before, if I have to fly somewhere, I'll pay extra to fly out of Evansville.
But isn't it remarkable that you can continue to put up 3.4 million people going to that baseball stadium in the least safe city in America.
I don't take the Metro anymore.
No way.
I take the Redbird Express.
Oh, yeah, it comes out of St. Clair Square?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
$2.50 each way. There's always a bus ready for you. And
usually there's no waiting.
Correct.
I mean, they're there. They stop like 30 minutes after the game starts and start shuttling back 30 minutes before the game ends.
We used to take the Metrolink south on 159 because you had to go buy a what's the donut? Krispy Kreme. But I'm going to say we probably did that
Little
over the years. 20 Wheels of Death.
No, Little Pillows of Joy.
We probably rode the Metro 20 times. And one time were we asked to see our ticket. We never saw security anywhere. And I'll tell you what, they've had murders, beatings.
Yes.
It's
my father-in-law had never been to the new stadium, so I took the two of them. I said, let's go to Scott Air Force Base. We'll make the whole experience.
Sure.
We'll do the Metro. Oh my gosh. It was a disaster. Some guy just threw an absolute, he was sleeping. And one of the security guys came up and said, okay, it's time to get off, buddy. And he looked at him and said, are you going to make me?
Mm-hmm.
And the cop turned around and walked away. Yeah. It was. I thought, oh, good. Now you've angered him. He's sitting across from me.
Metrolink's out of control, in my opinion. What I read, and the St. Louis murder rate is, I don't know what you do. They've got a new police chief over there, a new headgear captain, commissioner, whatever you call it.
They got a mayor with Fairfield ties.
We do. They do. Yes. So, well, we solved that. But again, I
agree with you on the
don't know
issue.
if civics is required anymore in high school, and I think it should be. I think life lessons need to be learned.
All right.
Well done.
All right. Yeah, I like it. Let's take another break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Jag Denim has the best kept secret. The Cecilia Skinny features a mid-rise, smooth your tummy, and custom fits your curves. The set-on waistband that stretches but detailed with a zipped front and belt loops. Available in 2 washes, black or night breeze, size 4 to 16. Don't forget to try on the #1 best-fitting Marla leggings, extra small to extra large. Let Carnaby's expert staff fit you in the perfect style available from Jag. Your fashion leader in downtown Fairfield is now open Sundays 1 to 4.
All the joy and happiness of the season be yours. May the gifts be received with the same love with which they're given, and may the spirit of the holidays fill you. Happy holidays from Wayne County Sheriff Mike Everett and staff at the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. Tri-County Seamless Gutter and all the crew. Wayne County Clerk's Office, Liz Ann Woodrow, Debbie, Terry, and Michelle. Mayor Brent McGuire and staff at the City of Fairfield. Heidi Hoffey, local attorney representing those injured at work at 109 West Main in Fairfield. Burnt Prairie Grand Antiques, Kathy, Lisa, Sabrina, and Flo. Modern Auto and Towing at 204 Northeast 2nd, Dan and Kathy. And Jerry and Sandy at Gill's Sales and Service, 1605 West Main, Fairfield.
It's about being in the moment and making that moment count. Focusing on what you find important and what you want most out of life. At SSM Health, we call this the healing power of presence, which means we take the time to connect, listen, and understand. This is at the heart of everything we do. SSM Health. Knowing you better as a person helps us treat you better as a patient.
Roadhouse Harley-Davidson is giving you a bulging sack for Christmas. On December 8th, they'll take 50% off everything you can stuff in your Roadhouse tote. No more Santa's sack envy. Now yours can be just as full. And half off. Hundreds of select licensed merchandise for you to stuff into your sack until it's ready to explode. One day event. Don't miss out. December 8th, Roadhouse Harley-Davidson, Mount Vernon, Illinois. Only one day to make your sack as big as possible. Don't have a Roadhouse tote? Stop by and get one before they are gone.
You can call in to Morning Coffee at 842-3715 and add your 2 cents. You can also message the crew on Facebook by going to the WFIW Facebook page.
Just one word about what we were talking about during the break, okay? This whole story about the University of Alabama quarterback Jalen Hurts, who came in and won the game for the Crimson Tide on Saturday. There was a great quote in there that I took from a friend of mine. Our parents don't allow their kids to fail so that they can learn how to overcome failure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Speaking of Jalen Hurts,
yes.
it seems to me in the back of my mind that when he was a freshman at Alabama, he got the starting job because someone got hurt.
Yes.
And then he was benched.
Starter as a freshman, 26-2.
Yeah.
How
do you bench somebody like that?
26-2.
You become as good
Only
as your
at Alabama.
You become as good as your competition.
And what he did was put his head down and grind through it.
Surround yourself with people that know where they're going.
Agreed.
How about something really light?
Well, I could use that.
Yeah.
Do you guys like tuna?
I'm
not particular.
I'm okay with tuna if there's liberal amounts of mayonnaise.
People aren't buying tuna anymore. You know the big three, don't you? The big three established brands. Chicken of the Sea, Star-Kissed, and Bumblebee.
Okay.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those three amount to about 80% of all canned tuna sales, but they've seen a drop in consumption by 42% since the late 80s. Remember the mercury poisoning scare?
I thought it was because there was a lot of dolphins trapped in those tuna nets is what I thought.
The millennials are not connecting with tuna, and younger generations. They want less processed or trendier snacks. But it also points out something. A lot of millennials, and aren't they the people that are like 24 to 36 or something? Is that a millennial?
I think those are ones that have graduated high school after the new year.
Okay.
Or after the new millennium.
Okay. So,
like 2000 and up.
But a lot of millennials don't even own can openers.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we have two can openers at the house. One is the old manual where you'll hurt your hand, and the other one is so fancy.
You just put it on and press a button?
I can't use it.
Man.
I've been shown how to use it. I cannot
It essentially cuts around the outside.
Yes, and
right?
then you just lift off the top so you don't slice off.
I'm old school. I got to have the old school ones.
But a lot of millennials don't even own can openers. Does everybody know what a church key is?
Mm-hmm.
In college, you wore one around your neck, a can opener.
Uh-huh.
Kids don't know what a church key is.
Remember the old can openers that you had to do them by hand?
Didn't they have them on a Swiss knife?
So sometimes they were on a Swiss knife.
Yes. But I have to say,
I like tuna.
I don't mind tuna, and we have a house guest now, and at 10 years old, she wants tuna, and so we're gonna and I have the
tuna
crank. I have the crank at the house as well as the cabin. That's the only way I know how to open a can.
Tuna surprise. What is it? Surprise. I sure hope you like it.
Wasn't tuna surprise always tuna?
Yeah.
Saltine crackers crushed up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And something else, right? And then cheese on top of it and baked. Was that tuna surprise to you?
Probably.
I think that's what it was when I was growing up.
You know, you get these little boxes now. They only cost $1, $1.50 as a snack. And it's crackers, and it's a little can that you can open up with a tuna
is it a fork or a spoon?
Little spoon.
It's a spoon with teeth.
Is it a spork?
It's a spork. It's a spoon with teeth.
Like you used to get at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And notice I didn't say KFC. It was Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes, it was. Oh, did I used to love those 3-piece dinners back when I could eat fried chicken.
Well, I was going to say, I think your plan, your diet's working well.
Well, thank you. Just keep on dropping the weight. It's just shedding off of me. I walk.
Well, you look different.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that so very much. Did you hear?
Okay, I said you look different. He said thank you. Was that a compliment? It's like if somebody says, "Hey, you got your hair cut." Well, thank you. They're thinking it looks disgusting. But I know you're looking good, man. Hang in there. Whatever you're doing, you might want to change.
I'm eating at will and not exercising. Did you see what happened in Chicago?
Another murder.
No. American Airlines investigating how a 67-year-old woman in a wheelchair was left
I heard about
overnight
that.
at O'Hare Airport when her
I
flight
heard
was
about
canceled.
that. Wow.
The incident, first reported in Chicago, started Friday night when Olympia Warsaw's flight from Chicago to Detroit was canceled, and a porter was assigned to take care of her. Her son, Claude, says that Warsaw was offered a hotel room, but when nobody would take her, the porter said his shift was over and he left. So she just left. They just left her sitting there.
Night.
Yeah. The family grew concerned. They called security, and the woman suffers from, on top of that, she suffers from Parkinson's. Goodness gracious.
Not good.
Yeah, there's going to, I think there's going to be some legal action there.
Where are the lawyers?
Hey, did you also see this? How do you feel about this? Because we're all sitting around here. We're plopped around this big table right here, okay?
Yeah.
Have you seen, and it's been a trend, where offices are getting rid of cubicles and getting the stand-up desks?
I've seen those.
What do you think about that?
Two of my 3 sons-in-law who work at home have the stand-up adjustable desks. They love them.
Do you think you could do that?
No.
I don't either.
Well, I'm not at a desk. I'm not at a desk, but maybe an hour and a half a day.
I spent a lot of years in radio standing up. Instead
Now,
of sitting.
true.
At the
At different facilities.
At the old WJPS, AM 1330 in Evansville, when it was the top 40 powerhouse, it was Evansville's KXOK.
Right.
I worked there for a short time, nights, and we had a stand-up console. I loved it because you could move everywhere,
Right.
and, we were reaching for the carts.
Yeah.
And some were up here, and I loved it. But now, no, this is adjustable. The desk. Is that
Right.
what you're talking?
Yeah, no. Yes, that's what's going on now. They got rid of the cubicles. Yeah. It's open spaces, and you can stand up. And by the way, I worked at 2 stations in St. Louis, WRTH.
Worth
Radio. It's in the air, everywhere.
Wasn't it beautiful music at one time?
It was music of your life, like you used to
music
have
of
here.
what's left of the rest of your life. We did have that here.
Yes, you did. And then at the same time. And then KEZK. KEZK. FM 102. And the beauty of, and that was a stand-up.
We hope you like your elevator ride.
Here's what the interesting programming feature was. First of all, I did the news in the mornings, and it was a good station, highly rated station in St. Louis. Beautiful music, okay? And I could not report on anything violent. Now think about that for a moment. How do you do a newscast in St. Louis with no violence?
You couldn't today. You'd have silence.
So, and then the other thing was that between every programming element, there had to be a second of silence. So in other words, you did the weather. Sunny skies in St. Louis. Tomorrow it'll be cloudy. Weather forecast brought to you by... Okay, there was a second between every song. And then on the board... On the
control board for our listeners.
Yeah. On the control board in front of you, there was a picture of the cast of L.A. Law. You know what I'm talking about?
Susan Day.
Jimmy Schmitz.
Okay.
And why?
Yes.
Why? Why was there a picture of...
Underneath it said, remember, this is your audience.
Oh. So keep it mellow.
Keep it mellow. Mm-hmm. And what we're doing is we're trying to get the upwardly mobile professional types to listen to beautiful music in the background.
I don't think there are, quote, beautiful music stations anymore. Wiki in Evansville used to be.
Yeah.
Serenade at Eventide. That was their... Yeah,
seriously.
Serenade at Eventide.
I used to work at a station, Mellow Gold.
Oh, I like that.
It's not bad.
Mellow Gold.
And
sounds like a drink.
Do you remember Do you remember who did Music of Your Life? It was syndicated. The guy's name?
No.
Al Hamm. You don't remember that? Al
I do
Hamm's
remember that.
Music for Your Life.
Yes, it was.
It was good. It was popular.
Oh, I got to tell you what. I used to do those shifts.
Yeah.
And it would be like Les Ford.
Les Paul and Mary Ford.
Okay, that followed by Glenn Miller, followed by. I mean, what I'm saying is all stuff in early 1950s.
Well,
and I would listen to 4 hours on a shift on Saturday, and then I would go golfing afterwards. And I would crush the ball.
Well,
I would crush it because I was
relaxed.
No, I was so upset about listening to all that music.
Well, since there is no more Music of Your Life stations, now if you want to take a nap, you put on the Golf Channel because they all talk like this. What was it? Chris Schenkel? Was he the golf guy?
Well, he was one of them.
Wasn't he good?
He was
But
great.
I don't think the man could scream if he was on fire.
We're approaching hole 18.
Yeah. We'll be back after this message.
Mike Threef is stepping up to the...
It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
Okay, guys.
From 25 feet.
Conan O'Brien.
It's in.
Oh, my.
It's in.
Do you think he's funny? Do you think he's funny?
No,
Dave, say it.
Not overall.
I don't either. How about you?
Every once in a while.
Who do you
think he's funny?
Conan O'Brien
I think his sidekick is funnier than he is.
has reported in the 25 years of talk shows that he's done. He's interviewed thousands of celebrities. He singled out one guest as the worst of all time. We haven't heard of him, but it's interesting why he said that. But the worst guest Conan has interviewed is an American filmmaker by the name of Abel Ferrara. He fled the show during the segment. He ran away, got on the elevator, was out on the street running away. The segment producer gave chase, grabbed him, coaxed him back into the TV studio, pushed him on stage to be interviewed by Conan. And he came on camera against his will and then came out and started yelling at Conan.
Really?
Yeah. And Conan was asked, do you think he was intoxicated? And Conan says, yes, I'm sure, or if not, he should have been. But Conan says it was entertaining, and I love this line. If you ate 15 cloves of garlic, you wouldn't say that was a great experience, but you'd remember it. So, Abel Ferrara, haven't heard. Oh, and the video is available on
I've got to see that.
On YouTube.
I've got to see that.
Yeah.
Abel Ferrara.
I've got to write it down.
A-B-E-L.
Abel?
Just look for Conan interview with Abel. I think you probably
and then
come up.
Ferrara.
Wow, I got to see that.
Fable, yeah. So
I've been watching an awful lot of old Carson, and not only was he the master, but he was just magic with Rickles. Just magic with Rickles. I've been watching a lot of that.
Last night I had plenty of time to watch some TV. And I watched YouTube. I watched Celebrity Hosts with Don Rickles. And then it leads you to other things. And I saw a stand-up routine in 1980 with Rodney Dangerfield on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And then he went over and sat down with Johnny. And Johnny and Rodney are both, Rodney, can I have one of your cigarettes? Got it out of the wooden box.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, puffing away.
Yeah.
And it was when he had just... starred in, and it was showing Caddyshack, and they showed the trailer. And, hey, Smells, I bet you missed that part.
That's some great
stuff. I loved Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
That's
Who stepped on the duck? Remember that one? Anyway, it was good. But Don Rickles, but I watched a lot of Foster Brooks last night.
Really?
What? Oh, my gosh.
I haven't seen Foster Brooks in years.
I think he's gone.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
I'm sure he is.
But when you saw the, how do you pronounce the word, is it dais, the table?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You saw, Phyllis Diller, Bob Hope, Jack Benny, Milton Berle. Neil Armstrong was at a roast.
Wow.
And Don looks at him and says, we're down here, Neil. Quit looking up. We're down here. It was classic. But if you need a good laugh, Google Don Rickles roasts.
Let me, before we take a break,
All
and
right.
we don't have don't have a call this morning.
No, we do not.
All right, I just want to mention about the Big Deal Store. Upper right-hand part of the WFIWradio.com, you can click on it, and there's some wonderful deals, one of which from Patty's Sheer Magic. This is interesting. It's a gift certificate. The retail value is $10. You can buy it on the Big Deal Store for $7.
30% savings.
Offers facets of hairstyling, including cuts, color. I should look into this. Highlights and perms for men, women, and children.
Patty's Sheer Magic is right across from the fairgrounds. And By the way, there
manicures and pedicures. I've never had a pedicure.
I saw a sign at a beautician shop. It said, "I'm a beautician, not a magician."
Hey, we do have a call, guys.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, Dave, I graduated in 1969. Do you remember whenever we could hear that WLS down here?
Sure, the Big 89. We listened to them at night and KXOK during the day.
Yeah.
John,
I just wanted to see if you...
Yeah, John Records Landecker.
All right.
Records truly is my middle name.
Yes.
You had Dex Card in the afternoons. Dick Biondi was on there for a while. Ron Riley, Chuck, Art Roberts.
They all had big voices.
Oh, and they all worked
Big
6
voices.
days a week.
And there was a sort of a quality to the sound, Dave. And I'll see if you can back me up on this. It was a kind of an echo.
Reverb.
Yes. So, I mean, it was very distinctive, LS.
Yeah. Clark Weber in the morning. Then WCFL was their big competition in town with Ron Britton and some of the boys.
So LS is a 50,000 watt clear channel or not?
Clear channel, non-directional. Yep.
Like KMOX.
Yes.
1120.
Yeah, but the signal carries much better at night.
Yeah.
Okay, trivia later, guys.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
The gift of the holidays is a precious reminder that we are loved. Happy holidays to everyone from Carnaby Square, the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield. Christy, Chris, Jenny, Linda, and Melinda. Harris Insurance, Herb and Shirley Harris, Mike Harris, Teresa Engel, Sarah Robbins, and Sharon Blood. Jay Fahey and Darren Rice, attorneys at law in downtown Fairfield. Kitty College in Fairfield, an accredited early childhood center with free state-funded pre-K, celebrating 22 years of service. Patty Sheer Magic in Fairfield, owner and stylist Patty Owen, stylist Hannah Froning, and stylist and nail technician Casey Austin. The Willow Tree in downtown Fairfield, Wes and Kathy York and staff. And Prairie Acres Farms and Trucking in Sisney, Lee Milligan and crew.
The Original Company radio station's annual Farm Profit Preview will be Thursday, January 24th from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. at Highland Woods in Vincennes. This year you will have the opportunity to earn continuing education credits for your private and commercial applicator's license. We'll also offer free health screenings, and Gary Truitt from Hoosier Ag Today will be promoting the HAT Network and TOC Farm programming. To secure your vendor booth, contact Jessica Hallman at events@originalcompany.com.
Time to check that radar weather. Cloudy skies today with a high 38. 40% chance for showers tonight, low 25. For tomorrow, sunshine, high of 40. The outlook for Thursday, scattered showers, high 40. Mostly sunny, 35 on Friday. And for Saturday, cloudy skies with a high of 32. Overnight low was 33. Yesterday's high was 41. Currently, humidity at 86%. Winds are calm. The pressure at 30.29 and holding. Right now, cloudy skies and 33 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather showing some snow showers over to the western areas of our listening area. Western and to the south just a bit. But nothing major. That's your radar weather.
Lights, camera, action. Time to return to morning coffee on the station listened to, not just heard, WFIW.
I didn't know you worked at KMOX at some point.
Just for a very short time.
On the air?
On the air.
Doing what?
I'm impressed.
Did weekend news.
Really?
Yep.
Bob Hamilton was the only guy I
Weekend
ever...
overnight news. Just kind of filling in.
I have to tell you, I used to file reports with the Illinois Information Service. I would listen then intently to see if it made it on KMOX. That was the highlight for me, getting on KMOX. And I did a commentary once on the Alton radio station, and I got a call, and they said it's a gentleman from St. Louis who wants to talk to you. I took it. It was Bob Hyland, who was the GM, who said, listen to the commentary, loved it, love to have lunch with you someday. And I thought, yeah, Bob Hyland wants to have lunch with me. I did not pursue it, and I'll kick myself for the rest of my life. I should have said, sir, I'll be over there Thursday afternoon.
I'm going
at
to
noon.
kick you after the show's over.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Did some work for BBM out of Chicago, too.
The Big 80.
The Big 88?
88.
Wow.
All
Okay,
news all the time.
We can regale each other with radio stories
We could.
until the cows come home.
Yeah, we could. But
that's something to be very proud of, to be able to say that you actually, and while they were at One Memorial Drive, I assume.
Yes.
Yes. That was my dream, to someday do overnights on KMOX.
I just, and it was just kind of a part-time overnight gig on the weekends.
Right.
When, somebody, the regular guy couldn't make it, vacations, I got to fill in every once in a while.
That's a big deal.
You remember John McCormick?
I do.
The man that walks and talks at midnight.
I would listen to him driving to work real early in the morning here.
Yeah. 66 degrees in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
He was, he always had a moniker for the city.
In the Twin Cities, this morning it's 38 degrees.
Here's a musical bit of information that reflects on a caller that we had the other day. Remember we had a caller about the $1 Million Quartet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was on December 4th, 1956, that the $1 Million Quartet impromptu jam session took place at Sun Studios in Memphis with Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
All right.
And do you guys remember a song in 1966 called I Fought the Law and the Law Won by the Bobby Fuller Four?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did it originally, but Buddy Holly's Crickets did it on Coral Records back in 1960. I didn't know it, so I learned something. I know.
By the way, I listened to a lengthy interview the other day with Smokey Robinson. That was just fascinating. I learned more about the Motown record label than you could possibly learn, and he wrote songs and just gave them to people.
Yeah,
just gave them to people. And the interesting part of it is that he got a divorce. I forget what the name of his wife's name was, but in the divorce settlement, during the time they were married, and it was a lengthy period of time, she got part of the royalties from the time they married to the time they divorced. And he was bitter about it and was fighting it legally because, my God, that make her a multimillionaire because of the royalties.
Remember Mary Wells that did My Guy?
Yes.
She also had a big hit called You Beat Me to the Punch, and Smokey wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
He did the Temptations.
Oh.
Four Tops,
Four
Temptations. I think he
Amazing
even wrote
amount.
some stuff for Michael Jackson later on.
Yes,
too,
he did.
I think.
Yes, he did. All right, go ahead, David.
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
You bring it on.
I got my hat on. And by the way, right after this, you'll be going with me to Le Mans and reprogramming my radio.
No,
Go
I'll
ahead.
do it when you bring it out here.
right,
I've got an appointment at 9:15.
I think he's trying to.
No, I'm
trying to weasel out of it.
He's
He's
trying
trying
to
to weasel out of it.
research.
Yeah,
You
he
watch.
is.
The next
He
time
will.
your truck's here, old Dave will give
okay.
it a try.
All right.
Which has the highest mountain, Earth or Mars?
Mars.
Hold on. Earth.
And the winner is Mars.
Ooh, got it right.
So you got
Okay,
it.
how high?
But by the way,
I don't know.
does your-
Oh, come
That's a
on.
does your
detail.
truck have a sundial?
No, it's old, but it does not have a
Has an
sundial.
abacus.
Well, he's gonna
He's just going
try
to reset my
set the
sundial.
for
Yeah.
Okay, guys, now hold off on your answers.
All right, sorry, I kind of jumped. the gun.
I'm sorry. You're not giving me any verification.
I
Anything
will
to
later.
back it up.
We got to keep this going.
Go ahead.
What are the small indentations on a golf ball called?
Okay, we're not supposed to answer.
Not
No,
really.
I'm waiting.
Our listeners at home.
I think I know.
Okay.
What?
I do too.
Okay, you go first. What are they called?
Dimples?
You're right.
That's what I was going to say.
Which city in the world has the largest population? Calls for a drink.
South America.
No, that's a country. That's a country.
That's not my answer.
Oh. Which city has the
I've got
largest
an idea.
population?
I've got an idea.
Okay, it's your turn.
New Delhi.
No.
Okay.
Peking.
No.
Ooh.
Tokyo.
Tokyo. Really?
No.
I don't know
I
how
wouldn't
many.
have thought that.
I didn't.
I
I
would
wouldn't
have
either.
thought India or China.
Which country claims the world's tallest building?
Oh, I know that.
You're going to go first here in a minute.
Okay.
Do you have an answer?
I do.
Okay, what is your guess?
Dubai.
What country's Dubai in?
Yeah, Dubai is a city.
Yeah.
United Arab Emirates.
No.
Where okay.
The country is Malaysia.
Well, then it's not Dubai.
Oh, it's Mumbai.
Mumbai. It just says Malaysia. The twin Petronas Towers.
Dave, you're going to have to do more research
at
on
1,483 feet.
Okay.
All right.
So we
I don't like the
we
way
were
this
good
is
the
going.
first couple of questions. Now
With
we're
which
slacking.
device are earthquakes recorded?
Okay, I know.
With which device are earthquakes recorded?
Who first?
I think you are.
Seismograph.
Yes.
Okay, good. Was that after a guy named Seismo or something?
No. It was a guy by the name of Adam Richter.
Yeah, he developed the Richter scale.
That you weigh on?
Yeah.
I'm
that's
down
it.
32 pounds, by the way.
Okay, here, you guys will know this and you'll think I'm a moron for asking it, but all of our listeners at home may not know.
We'll think that anyway.
Who was once known as the King of Soul and now was as the Godfather of Soul?
I know.
Yeah. That's
and
pretty
your,
easy.
And your answer is?
James Brown.
Yes.
JB.
I feel good.
Which actress starred in High Society? And I think this woman is the prettiest actress ever. Which actress starred in High Society? She was, if you don't know, I'll give you a hint.
I have no clue.
It's one of two people.
Okay, go with your first guess, your first choice.
Oh, she married Prince Rainier.
Yep, you're right.
Grace Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was just...
Oh, she was gorgeous. But when you say that, I also think...
Sophia Loren?
No, I think of...
Raquel Welch?
No. Audrey Hepburn.
Yes.
I think of her when I think of High Society as well. It was going to be either her or...
Okay, three more. Who designed the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album cover? I think you'll know the name when I say it. Who designed it?
Boy, I'm a
No
lost.
guess?
Andy Warhol.
Peter Blake.
No, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay.
I had no clue.
Madame...
These are pretty good, by the way.
Madame de
they
Pompadour was the mistress of which French king?
I got a pretty good guess.
Madame de Pompadour, and it wasn't Wayne Cochran of the CC Writers. Remember his hair? Wait, isn't there a haircut called a pompadour?
Sure.
There is, yeah.
Madame de Pompadour was the mistress of which French king, and you say...
Louis.
Which one?
See, that's the thing. You can say it because there were like 18 of them.
Louis the 11th.
I'm just sticking with Louis.
You got to have a number.
Louis 5.
Louis 15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
I think we should get credit. We said Louis.
I think so.
And what
not
is
even
the
good.
name of Moe's pet cat in the cartoon show The Simpsons?
I don't know.
Cat.
Mr. Snookums. Boys, you got 5.5.
Mr. Snookums.
Yeah, you got 5.5.
That's not bad.
I'm proud of you.
Not
In
bad
fact,
at
we'll
all.
because you did that well, we'll do this again tomorrow.
Well, I'm ready for it. I might have to contest some of this today, but we'll wait.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, guys.
See you
Take care.
tomorrow.
All right.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City. Relax during the cold winter evenings enjoying your Fireplace Entertainment Center. Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, downtown Wayne City.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. People are filing past George Bush's casket at the Capitol in Washington, saying goodbye to the 41st President of the United States.
We canceled our flight home so we could stay here.
I just wanted to come here to pay respect to him and thank him for what he did for our country.
The body will be in the Capitol until tomorrow morning, and then the first presidential funeral since Gerald Ford's in 2006. President Trump and former Presidents Obama, Clinton, and of course George W. Bush will be there. There's a private burial in Texas on Thursday at the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum. Plans for a fuel tax hike are on hold in France.
French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe saying you would have to be deaf or blind not to see or hear the anger, announcing that the government is suspending for 6 months